Hey all, this is Anjali, and in this video I'll be explaining you the solutions for the sample question paper for Information Practices 2018 class 12th. So we are going to discuss this paper over here, which is given by CBSE as a sample paper for 2018. So the pattern is still the same, which we have done for all previous years, that you have 7 questions, and like first question is from the first 2 chapters, and question number 2 and 4 from Java, 3, 5, 6 from MySQL, and 7th question is from IT applications. So let's start with the first question. The first question over here asks that Mr. Ravi, an IT help desk executive, needs to remotely log in a customer's PC to provide him technical support. Suggest a remote access software to him. Now it's kind of tricky. Till now, whenever the question is asked, it's generally asked the protocol which is used in this, but they have asked for a software for him. Now the protocol which we use for remote login is called Telnet. So the protocol used is Telnet, but in this question they have not asked about the protocol. They have asked about the software. So one of the softwares which is used for this purpose is Team Viewer. Then I have many other video conferencing softwares which helps you to share the screen and let the other person log into your computer and work on it. So one of the examples is Team Viewer, and the protocol used behind this is Telnet. So that's 1 mark question, and this is the answer for your A part. Then comes B part, that is identify the type of network out of LAN, PAN, MAN, WAN formed in the given diagram. So in the given diagram, we have a laptop connected to another laptop, a laptop connected to printer, laptop connected to cell phone, there's a wireless mouse, there is a wireless headset. So basically all the devices are for personal use. So a single person is using all these devices for his purpose. So thus, since it's for personal use, the type of network over here will be PAN, Personal Area Network. So the answer for this question is PAN. If you want, you can mention the full form along with that. That's Personal Area Network. And this question is again for 1 mark. So by writing this, you get 1 mark for this question. Then comes question C that says, identify the fastest wired media out of the following. So obviously fiber optic, that is optical fiber, is the fastest media. For this you even don't need to read the options. So we have optical fiber. In case wireless options are there, then satellite would be the fastest, but these are wired options. So the fastest media we have is optical fiber or fiber optics. Again, 1 mark question. Then question D is also for 1 mark, that says mention any 2 main advantages of star topology over bus topology. So 2 advantages of star topology. One is centralized control, that all the computers are controlled by the server. The server can control everything in the network. So centralized control. Then fault detection is easier. So if any of the computer is not working, it's easier to detect which one is not working. So these can be the 2 advantages. Other than that, we can have advantages like it's faster, because if someone has to send something, so data goes to server, server sends to the receiver. So it takes lesser time to transmit the data. So that's another advantage. And just to present your answer well, you can make a diagram of star and bus topology as well. So that's your D part. Then comes question E. Discuss the significance of Bluetooth technology. This for 2 marks. Now you have to write at least 3-4 lines so that it becomes an answer for 2 marks. Now as we know, Bluetooth is a wireless technology which is usually used for very small distance, let's say 100 meters or so. I can send something from my laptop to your phone or my laptop to your laptop with the help of Bluetooth. We can share from one phone to another phone and so on. We have Bluetooth uh, what do you call it? Headphones, like for the phone we use, so that whenever we receive call we can have it with the help of Bluetooth. So that all comes under the Bluetooth thing. But this is what you know about Bluetooth, but how are you going to write it? So significance of Bluetooth technology would be, you can write like Bluetooth is a wireless technology used for personal use. So it's a wireless technology used for personal use in small distances. Usually the limit is up to 100 meters or so. Usually the limit is up to 100 meters. Then the tasks which you can use is we can share files, we can connect devices, and this technology is available free of cost. Technology is available free of cost. Now, what do we mean by free of cost? Like if you are using internet, you have a Wi-Fi connection, you need to pay for that. If you're using data in your phone, you need to pay for that. But if I have to connect two phones with Bluetooth and I have to transfer data from one to another, I don't have to pay for that. I'm playing songs on my phone and its music is playing on the Bluetooth speaker. I don't have to pay for that. So I don't have to pay for the connection. So that's why we say that it's free of cost. And examples of Bluetooth devices could be anything: Bluetooth speakers, Bluetooth phone, and laptop, anywhere. So you can write the examples as well. So this would be the answer for question number E, that carries 2 marks. Okay. Then comes question number F. That's for 4 marks, has 2 parts in it. The first one is write down any 2 advantages of open source software over proprietary software. Now, since if you have learned the theory, you must be knowing very well what is the difference between open source and proprietary. But just to refresh it in your mind, I'm telling it again, that open source softwares are the ones which are available free of cost and their source code is also available so that we can customize it according to our need. Then proprietary software is the one which is made by the developer and it is paid. You have to pay and then you can use it. Then one thing, it is paid. Second, you cannot customize it. The way the software is, you have to use it that way. So clearly from the definition, I can make out the advantages of open source software over proprietary software. And those advantages would be, like, the first advantage will be that it's available free of cost, whereas you have to pay for proprietary. So first is free of cost. We don't have to pay for this. We have to pay for the proprietary softwares. And the second advantage is we can customize it. So it can be customized since the source code is available. So these are the 2 advantages which you can write for open source softwares over proprietary softwares. An example of open source are like Linux, Mozilla Firefox, and proprietary could be your Windows, then Photoshop, MS Office. Those are your proprietary softwares. Okay, then comes the second question in this, that is Miss Sita trying to log into your internet banking account for online transaction activity. However, as strange as it may seem, she is denied of an access to the bank's website in spite of having a swift internet connection. What do you think the reason behind this problem is, and suggest a few simple precautions in order to overcome any such type of network security threats? Now, this question is something which is very general. You don't get in books so that you can just, read and learn it. It's not like that. It's your basic common sense about internet things. So here it's asking, like, Miss Sita trying to log into your internet banking account for online transaction activity. However, as strange as it may seem, she is denied of an access to bank's website in spite of having a swift internet connection. What do you think the reason behind this problem is? And suggest a few simple precautions in order to overcome any such type of network security threats. So she is trying to use her account. Maybe there's it's written your internet banking account. It should be her internet banking account. Sometimes when you access your account from some machine which is suspicious to the network, it denies you to use it, or if you're entering the wrong password, it denies you to use this. So what should she use for the network security so that any other person should not be able to access her details? That would be, she should have a firewall, and she must set security questions while assessing her internet banking account, because when we have security questions, it not only asks you the password, it also asks you the security question for that. So answer for F2 could be, she should have a strong password, which nowadays is, which has combination of alphabets, digits and some special symbols as requested by the site, and a good firewall. She also, she must also set the required security questions to prevent unauthorized access. Okay, and if I'm working with internet banking, so nowadays, as you know, internet banking, even if you're doing it online, it asks you for the OTP, and OTP is given only on your registered mobile number. So that's another way of securing the transactions online. So these are the answers, because this question is a general question, so you could write any suitable or any apt answer for this, that would be fine. So that is for 2 marks. So that's your question number 1, which carries questions from our chapter number 1 and chapter number 2, that is computer networks and open source softwares. So that's question 1. Then comes question number 2. Question number 2 is for Java and HTML. That's again for 10 marks in total. Now, the A part of question number 2 says, help Manish in identifying the incorrect variable name with justification from the following. Okay, so I have to identify the incorrect variable name. So first is unit@price. At the rate is a special symbol, and special symbols are not allowed in variable names. So first one is invalid. So we can say here in answer A, I part, unit@price is invalid since sign is not allowed in variable name. So it's not allowed, so it's invalid. Then is fee. Fee is perfectly fine. User ID is okay, because fee and user ID are perfect. They have only alphabets, they are not keywords, so it's all fine. Then we have AVG marks. Now AVG marks has a space in this. AVG space marks. This one is invalid since spaces are not allowed in variable name. So we can't have average space marks. If it would have been average underscore marks, it would be correct, but not with a space. Okay, then comes the second question in this. That's write Java code to declare a variable named price of integer type. So you have to write Java code to declare a variable named price of integer type. That means I need to write int and price. So this line declares an integer variable named price. Then says assign a value 10 to this variable. So you have to assign a value 10. Make sure if you have written price P capital, you have to write capital in the next line as well. So price is equal to 10. So assign a value 10 to this variable. Fine, done. Then override the value of price with its double value. Okay, overwrite the value of price with its double value. Overwrite means again on the left we should have this, and to make double we multiply it by 2. So price is equal to price into 2. Then it says that decrease the value of price by 5. So you have to decrease the value of price by 5. That is price is equal to price minus 5. So simple. And this gives you 2 marks for writing these statements. So that's your question number 2's A part, where you had to identify the variables, declare the variables, and perform some assignment operations on that. Simple? Okay. Then comes question number B of question number 2. That's rewrite the following code using switch case Now this is something which comes every year. Either you have to convert if to switch or switch to if, but you definitely get a question on this conversion. Okay, now here it's written int day is equal to integer dot parseInt. Whenever you have to perform conversions, the lines which are beyond if or switch, they remain same. So this line will remain same. I have to write it as it is. So I'll just write integer dot parseInt, and we have j text field 1 dot get text. In this line will remain same. Then we have to go to the next page. Okay, let's come this way. So the question here is, if day is greater than equal to 1 and day is less than equal to 5. So here first of all I have to put switch in brackets. It should be day because all my conditions are based on the variable day. Switch has to be all small. In round brackets you have day. There is no semicolon after switch. Now from case 1 to case 5 I have the same message. So for that I need to write like this in switch. Case 1, case 2, case 3, case 4, case 5. So now either user presses 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it will go to the same thing because there is no break in any of the above cases. So once I come after case 5, I'm going to write the line which is given over there. That's option pane dot show message dialog, and over here I write this comma. Whatever is written, I don't have to make any change in that. So whatever is written there, you have to write the same thing. Don't make any changes in it, and add a break statement after this line. Okay. Then comes else if day is greater than equal to 5 and day is less than equal to 6. That means when the day's value is 6 or day's value is 7, I need to execute that, and that is off day. Okay, so I'm going to write that here. So it's almost the same message, just instead of working day, we have to put off day and then break. And then last else is always replaced by default. So I write default for the else thing. And what I have to give over here is invalid entry. So the message in this should be invalid entry. We don't need a break here since this is the last case, so that comes under default. So this is how you convert this if code to switch. So whenever you have multiple values where you have to execute the same set of statements, you just have to give cases like this one after the other and then write the statements once. So now whatever user enters, if user enters 3, then also these statements will be executed. If user enters 5, then also this will be executed. So that's how we convert if to switch. Hope you understood this. How have I done this? And to download all these answers and the question paper, I'll be giving the link in the description section. So you can download the paper as well as the solution for that by clicking on the link in the description. Okay, so you can anytime download that. Okay, then comes your question C, that says Miss Sangeeta wants to add few descriptive lines in HTML code which should not be displayed on the web page, rather should remain inactive during execution. Suggest her the solution along with example. Now, if I want to add some descriptive lines in HTML or in Java or any other language, they are said to be comments or remarks which are not executed, they are only for some description. And in HTML, a comment is given like this. We write the comment and then we close it with this. That is less than exclamation 2 hyphens, then write comment, then 2 hyphens and greater than sign. So answer is want to add a description code should be displayed on the web page. Okay. So this tag can be used to enclose the text which has to be given as description. So this tag can be used to enclose the text which has to be given as description. That's your comment tag. It will not be executed by the browser. Now we have to give an example for this as well. So to give an example, we write some HTML code. So we have HTML tag, head tag. Inside head we have title. So whatever name I give, and I close the title tag. Then I close the head tag. Then we start with the body tag and write anything over here. So welcome. Then I write here inserting image of uh, Mahatma Gandhi, anything, whatever you write, but this thing will not be shown in the web page. And then I can write my actual tag. So we give like this, and then finally we can have more tags over here, but we just have to give an example. So we just close the body tag and close the HTML tag. So this example shows how can we add comments in an HTML page. I hope you understood how to write this. And then comes your second part of the same question, which is again based on HTML, and that's a question which comes almost every year. That's the basic only question asked about XML most of the times. That's how HTML is different from XML. Mention any 2 points of differences. This is a question like for 10 years, it must have come for 6 previous years. Okay. But still, difference between HTML and XML you should know very well. Still, just to tell you, I'm telling the differences again. HTML is a language where the tags are predefined. In XML, we can define the tags of our own. That's the first difference. Then HTML is case insensitive. XML is case sensitive. Then HTML has opening tag. That means it has container tags as well as empty tags, but XML has only container tags. We don't have empty tags in XML. Then document type definition is required in XML. It's not required in HTML. So there are many differences, but they've asked to write 2 point of differences. So I can write HTML has a predefined set of tags, whereas XML is used to define new tags. You can write the differences in the columnar form, that is, make 2 columns, write HTML on one, XML on the other, and then write the points about HTML and then points about XML. Then HTML is case insensitive, whereas XML is case sensitive. So if you have to write something capital, you have to write capital in XML, but in HTML, small and capital does not differ. So these are the 2 points. Other than that, we can write more points as well. So that's the difference between HTML and XML. So that's your solution for question number 2. And then starts your question number 3, which belongs to SQL. So in this video, we're just solving question number 1 and 2. In the coming up video, I'll be explaining you to solve question number 3 onwards. I hope you understood how to solve these questions. If yes, do like the video, and yes, do subscribe the channel so that you are informed about the upcoming videos. Thank you.